Good evening and welcome to the Cartagena Stadium. It's Cartagena Football Club Barcelona, an excellent opportunity to see some of the stars or future stars of Barcelona alongside some of the first team. Of course, we are very aware that there are players on international duty. 14 of the Barca players unavailable, but apart from Umtiti and Rakitic, we have all the others here with us down south as we wait to see this friendly. And it's all, of course, in the name of a very good cause indeed. In September 2 months ago, this area suffered the heaviest floods in over 100 years, and there was some very serious damage. And of course, Barcelona were willing to agree to play a friendly match, to agree to raise funds for the people affected. So good to see a big club like Barcelona stepping out and helping Cartagena in this case. Cartagena, of course, in the second division B, in the third tier of Spanish football, doing very well, as their fans would be pleased to tell you. Top of the table, they're looking for a return to second division A, the second level of Spanish football. They've never been above that tier, but you never know, do you? Look at the first division now, look at La Liga and the number of so-called modest clubs that are there. I mean, I'm looking at Eibar and amongst others, but sorry Eibar if you're the first one that came to mind, but Leganés, I'm sure if you'd said to Leganés fans 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, they'd be rubbing shoulders with Barca and Real Madrid on a weekly basis. I don't think they would have they would have just laughed, basically. But as I say, yeah, that's the great thing about football. You never know what's going to happen. Cartagena, although this is a friendly, would love to treat their fans to a victory or at least a decent result against the team top of the Spanish table. The referee, Fulgencio Madrid, is about to get us underway as we get a little glimpse there of Gustavo Munua. The home coach, Ernesto Valverde, is here, and as I said, many a first team player is starting this game for Barcelona. For the home team, Peña is in goal, Esteve Peña, a back four of Andújar, Ayala, Verth and Fusil. Ahead of them, Rodrigo, Santiago, ex of Sporting, De Vega, Uri Eladi, the top scorer, number 11, and Uri. For Barcelona, in goal, it's Neto, a back four of Moré, Piqué, Araujo, and Junior. Alenya, Sergio Roberto, and Ricky Puig make up a fairly experienced midfield trio, and up front it's Carlos Perez, Kike and Dembélé. So Piqué there just pushing the ball back to Neto. Piqué, of course, able to play, having quit international football. Yeah, we'd have to say achieved a fair bit with the Spanish national team. It's not as if he's quitting at the end of his career by any means, as Peña pushes the ball forward. A little bit of pressure here for Andújar as he pushes it out to Uri at left back, and it'll be a throw in to Cartagena. As I said, excellent opportunity for the Barca players looking to maybe not now break into the first team, but surely make some steps towards it as Piqué combines there in midfield with Carlos Alenya. The ball now going back to Araujo. Araujo made his debut last month against Sevilla. A debut he's not going to forget for various reasons, I'm sure. Andújar there just playing the ball back to Esteve Peña. A good crowd here for this game, of course helped by the fact that all the money's going to, as we said, a very good cause as Cartagena make their first foray forward. The ball prodded out for a throw-in to the home team. Verth just playing it back to Ayala, alongside him Andújar. Uri just nipping him forward, gets the return pass. This could be interesting. Piqué tight on Eladi, but the ball played through into the centre. Could break here, shot could be on, and good defending in the end from Araujo as De Vega took aim at goal. So a promising start for the home team here. Neto, I think, would have had it covered first corner of the game for Cartagena. You might recognise the stadium, by the way. It's pretty much an exact copy of the mini estadi. The mini estadi that is no longer there, folks. That was a bit sad to drive past that the other day, and you know, that empty space is where the B team used to play. Of course, they now have a wonderful new stadium at the end of Diagonal. Second corner here for Cartagena. Early pressure for the home team. Ball just played back there, and never sure about these short corners. You may still see this ball coming in though. De Vega just waiting on the edge of the D, doesn't reach him, but still ball not cleared. Vertha prodding it into the path of Eladi. He goes down, there's nothing doing, and picked up by Neto, rolled out to Uruguayan centre half. Araujo, now Sergi Roberto in the Busquets position, as we like to say. Ricky Puig there playing it back now to Gerard Piqué. Piqué on the left-hand side of the centre-half pairing. Junior. Back to Piqué. Inside to Roberto. Roberto with an excellent ball down the right wing. Perez is there, chips it in. Nobody on the end of it. In fact, Carlos Perez is the type of player you might want on the end of it, but can't be in two places at once. Junior keeps this attack alive now for FCB. Piqué, 1-2 with Roberto. Good start to the game, good pace to this Wednesday night friendly. Piqué on the ball. Just cut down midfield, picked up by Roberto. And then Piqué, as you would imagine, Piqué will be in charge of the initial ball out. Gives this one to Araujo. Perez. Inside for Puig. Now Alenya opens it out to the left. Kike, and first shot wide there from Kike Saverio. Just promoted up to the B team from the under-19s this season. Scored on the opening day of the season. The ball now with Vertha. Combining with De Vega. But Cartagena quickly dispossessed. A very serious looking Barcelona here with Junior. Puig heading it back to Piqué. Plenty of chase in there. But still it's Barcelona bringing the ball out with Roberto. Alenya to Dembélé. Nice little turn there from Dembélé. Gives it to Puig. Morer into Roberto. Danny Morer. Spanish under-17 international. Plays it back to Araujo. Now Piqué. Space here on the left for Kike. Plays it inside. The ball whipped in, and it'll be a first corner to Barcelona. Decent attack down the left-hand side. Whipped in, and it was a half-hearted appeal there for a handball, I think. As you can imagine, there'll be no VAR at this game. Danny Morer inside for Sergio Roberto. Lifts it down the left-hand side. Flicked back in by Kike. Interesting to see Dembele leading the attack down the middle, looking to put Ayala under pressure, unable to do so. And Peña play it out. That's not the easiest ball for Uri to deal with. Andújar. Nice move there, ends up with Werther. Oh, and just as you're praising them, they give the ball away. Picked up now by Carlos Aleñá. And Andújar slipped in well there to clear the ball from the path of Dembele. Well, yeah, I can see that it hits the arm, but it's held close to the body. There's a little bit of confusion this season, I think, folks, with the ball. We were under the understanding that any time it hits a defender's hand in the penalty area, it would be a penalty. And then people are still talking about natural position, intention. It's just, and it depends on what part of the world you're playing in. Different leagues seem to have different ways of interpreting the handball rules still. Just as they do about getting back from free kick, a quickly taken free kick. Anyway, it's Sergio Roberto on the ball now for FCB. 9 minutes gone. Cartagena 0, Barcelona 0. Kike on the ball for FCB. Back he'll go to Gerard Piqué. Forward now into midfield. Riqui Puig, one of those players hovering around the edge of the first team. A regular for the B team this season, but it's not easy to break into that Barca midfield, as we all know. Decent ball down the right to Perez, combining with Danny Morer. Just picked off there. And Ayala doesn't seem too comfortable there. Long ball forward, Araujo easily deals with it and plays it back to Neto. Neto Piqué. Now Junior. No football next weekend in terms of the first team, of course, because of the international break. And Araujo with plenty of time here to Danny Morer. Back into Uruguay in centre half. He gives it to Gerard Piqué. Captain Piqué finds Junior. Piqué now for Sergio Roberto. Puig has Morer outside him. Perez hugging the right hand lane. Kike on the left, Dembele down the middle. It's Dembele on the ball now, stepping back into midfield, combining well with Puig. Now Aleñá out to Kike. Juniors supporting him on the inside. Kike looking for the ball through the legs there. Did it go out? Well, it did, but just for a throw-in. Almost went out for a corner. Well kept in by Uri. FCB throw. Aleñá on the ball. Back it'll go to Piqué. Switch of play to Morer. And Perez unable to find a way through. Some solid defending so far from Cartagena. As Piqué picks up play for FCB. Kike seen plenty of the ball on the left. Cuts inside. Drops it off. A little bit too much on that ball though for Puig. And De Vega plays it inside for Santijara. It's huffing and puffing, but can't get to the ball. Now Araujo. Gerard Piqué. Piqué, who's heavily involved, of course, with Andorra, who visited Barcelona last week in the second Division B. Fairly important for Barca to get promoted either this season or, well, ASAP really, to get back into second division. Development of players, the higher up you go, is obviously going to be speeded up. Back to the action is Barca in possession. The ball with Carlos Elena. Roberto Araujo. Back he'll go all the way to Neto. Neto has not been called into action as yet, neither has Esteve Peña in the Cartagena goal. The ball with Roberto. Alenya. Looking for the run from Kike. And Duca, though, seeing it through to Esteve Peña. The ball given away by Cartagena. These two last met in 2014 in the King's Cup. Barca coming out victorious over 2 legs. Of course, this season, the King's Cup is down to one-off matches up until the semi-finals, which is good news for many, I think. It's the ball seen out by Piqué. The odd whistle for Gerard Piqué. He's attracted attention over the years playing for Barcelona in Spain, but Cartagena said that given the nature of the game, they were very confident there'd be no negative jeering or chanting towards the Barca players, and that seems to be the case. Very good-natured crowd so far. As Piqué pings it forward, and wasn't too far away from Perez. He raises a hand in acknowledgement of the idea behind that pass. As Esteve Peña almost caught out there, and it'll be a goal kick, but you really don't want to be hanging on to the ball when Dembélé is bearing down on you. Surely all goalkeepers are aware of his pace. 15 minutes gone, it's Cartagena 0, Barcelona 0. Do expect to see goals though in this game. Piqué playing it back to Neto. No more air. Neto once more. Out to Junior. Haven't seen too much of Junior. Here he is, the ex-Betis fullback, playing inside to Alenya. Puig. Oh, good spurt of pace there from Ricky Puig as he prods it out to Kike. Kike inside for Roberto. Oh, you can see Roberto's intention, but wouldn't have got there. Dembélé does, though. Put into the path of Dani Moret. The shot's there, and it's a good save. Well, the first real shot of the game, ably dealt with by Esteve Peña, and well hit by Alenya. So 16 minutes in, and a good volley there from Alenya. Into the hands of Esteve Peña. Piqué tight on Eladi, the top goal scorer this season for Cartagena. Araujo. Roberto playing into the feet of Dembélé. Dembélé 1-2s with Alenya, but the pass out to Dani Moret, just a little bit wayward. It'll be a throw in to Cartagena. Fusil to take. Uruguayan fullback gives it to Ladi. He's dispossessed and Barca come away with it. Barca enjoying, as you might have expected, the majority of the possession. Kike combining with Junior. Back in go to Gerard Piqué. Piqué Araujo. Roberto 1-2 with Dembele. Dembele has Perez outside him, cuts inside. Couldn't quite get round his man there, and Cartagena come away with it. Versa. Back to Anduja. Uri. Anduja to Versa. Similar formation to Barcelona. Similar way of bringing the ball out again as De Vega plays it out to Fusil. Fusil under pressure, a little bit too much, says the referee. That'll be a free kick. Danny Moreno in agreement, but a free kick and a chance maybe to get the ball into the Barca box here. Ayala and Anduja have moved up. Piqué keeping an eye on Eladi. This ball played in, good ball in, and as ever, headed away by Gerard Piqué. How many times do you see an aerial ball not won by him? But they pick play up here with Javi Vega into the box, and a little bit too much on it there this time for Eladi. But going back to Piqué, his prowess in the air is remarkable, really. You very rarely see a ball go anywhere near him in the air without him winning it, and Mr. Magnet Head, as we sometimes call him, in the nicest possible way. Pass on the ball here with Alenya. Dembele playing it back to Araujo. 20 minutes gone. It's Cartagena 0, Barcelona 0. And Junior on the ball. Junior combining with Puig. Ricky Puig chip this one out. Good ball there from Puig to Danny Morea. Support here from Roberto. Perez. Morea back to Carlos Perez. Araujo to Piqué. Puig. Thought that might have been a free kick, but haven't had too many. The game being played in a very noble fashion indeed, as Araujo plays it out to Danny Morea. Araujo once more. To Roberto. Roberto's ball picked off by Uri. Do like the two tiers here. The proximity of the fans to the pitch certainly adds to the atmosphere, as Piqué should pick up this loose ball. Felt Eladi on his shoulder, so plays it inside. And now Junior to Puig. Back he'll go to Gerard Piqué. Piqué hooks it over to fellow centre-half Araujo. Roberto. Well controlled by Kike. Kike, Puig. Puig, oh, lovely ball in. Oh, and that was a chance. That was an opportunity there for Danny Morea. Wonderful ball in. Certainly the best centre of the game so far, and I'm not sure whether whether he was trying to control it and set up a teammate. Hold on a minute as Barca on the attack again with Kike. Inside for Puig, Dembélé playing it back to Sergio Roberto halfway through the first half. One excellent shot from Aleñá, an opportunity there for Dani Morer to give Barca the lead. But it's Puig now, chipping it forward, not quite with the same position this time, and an easy pickup for Esteve Peña and Duja. And to Uri. Ball picked off by Piqué. Piqué. Does this sometimes, Piqué, normally later on in the game. Likes to get forward. He's going into the box here. Perez with the overlap from Dani Morer. Back he'll go. Dembélé skips over it. Shot is blocked. It was well struck by Perez. But now with Piqué upfield, Cartagena on the counter. Plenty of Barca players back though in cover. Indeed, Gerard Piqué has time to jog back. Cartagena just pulls there in their attack. Ball played forward now. Step in by De Vega is blocked. And Barca deal with the threat of an attack quite comfortably. As Junior picks it up for FCB. Puig. Back to Sergio Roberto Araujo. Forward to Perez. Barca with players in the box. Perez thwarted Dembélé, almost picked up a loose ball there. It's cleared only as far as Junior. 25 minutes gone. Cartagena 0, Barcelona 0. Puig to Kike. Kike's ball straight into the keeper's midriff there. There was probably a need for more of a cutback there from the 20-year-old forward. His ball's rolled out to Ayala. Fusil into Rodrigo. Oh, and they've given it away. This could be dangerous. Could be an opportunity. And it's a corner. Dembélé unable to get it past Esteve. Well, another opportunity here for Barcelona to open the scoring. And Esteve stood his ground. Ball played into the near post, easily dealt with though at the cost of a throw-in. Dani Morer with the throw. Sponsor beginning to really threaten Esteve's goal. Another throw in. As Araujo just runs over to cover there, but this could, well, that looks like a bad injury, and it was nothing to do with Araujo. I think it's one of those muscular injuries that are often worse than when people are taken out. He's off the field, so in theory, play can continue. Not that Barcelona would want that to be the case, but it's the last thing you want in friendly games is to pick up injuries, especially when you're looking for promotion as Cartagena are. Let's see if we can have another look. Well, is it just a little scare there for Eladi? He is their top scorer, not the sort of player you would want to be losing in November. Well, if there's any doubt, surely they'll take him off. Physio trying to do so. I think Eladi wants to get back on the field. I would imagine those physios are just making sure they're reminded. Come on, you've got to put yourself in Eladi's position as well. I mean, yes, it is a friendly and they do have to concentrate on promotion, but and with the match against Talavera on the weekend being a priority, but surely the chance of playing against Barcelona and scoring against them, well, I always like to think of it as something for their future grandchildren. Back to the action then. Eladi seems to be okay. Certainly still on the field, and Barcelona pick it up. Dani Morer losing possession, tries to get it back, unable to do so. Free kick to Cartagena. Rodrigo just being grabbed hold of there by over-enthusiastic Dani Morer. Piqué, the magnet, working again. Araujo to Piqué. Piqué just settling things down. Just wondering if there's a glimpse of the bench there where there could be a substitution. I think Eladi has to come off. He really, and that's what Piqué was doing. He was checking whether the Cartagena number 11 wanted to go off, and seems to be empathising or sympathising with him there. At the moment, Cartagena down to 10.5 men. As Kike picks it up for FCB. Half hour gone, still 0-0. Kike down the wing though. Support here from Junior. Inside, good turn there from Alenya. Roberto. Pudge always wants the ball, Pudge. Roberto outside of Junior. Junior's got support here. But overhit, it'll be a throw-in. Just wondering when Cartagena will make the change, or if they'll make the change. Pudge, another long-range effort, falls kindly for Alenya. Dembele now to Dani Morer. Morer, Pudge. Back for Roberto. Now Junior. Out it goes to Kike. Back in for Junior. Junior looking for the run from Kike that's not there. And well blocked and well seen out by Uri. Well, that's definitely not a good sign for Cartagena's manager. The top scorer going off, which is something that certainly looks troublesome. Siafa coming on up front for him. First of what will no doubt be many substitutions in this game. We'll see how many both managers make at half time. Araujo with the ball now for Barcelona. Inside to Piqué. Back he'll go to the Uruguayan centre-half. Now Roberto. Good recovery there by De Vega. Santijada being harried there, but still gets it off to Anduja. Decent ball down the right now. Vera under a little bit of pressure there, but wins the throw in. It's been a rather quiet evening for Neto. My tempting fate, as I say that. Ball with Anduja. Ayala out to Fusil. Still Fusil's battling away, gives it to Rodrigo. Rodrigo unable to make any headway, but it's still Cartagena's ball. Ayala inside for Anduja. Esteve, a couple of good saves so far from Esteve Peña. Did some good play with his feet there. And Vega. And now the ball with Santijada. Throw in to FCB. And maybe there will be a first substitution by Valverde. Piqué. Kind of makes sense as well when you've got such a large bench as both managers have this evening. So at 35 minutes or so, start making the substitutions. Manua, of course, forced to make his, as Barca now force their way down the right-hand side. The ball picked up by Dani Morea. Roberto. Crossfield to Junior. Into the last 10 minutes. Still, it's Cartagena 0, Barcelona 0. The ball with Araujo. Perez combining with Dani Morea. Back it'll go to the Uruguayan. Inside for Gerard Piqué. It's a lovely ball by Piqué. Morea continues his run and wins another corner for Barcelona. Fusil sliding in well, had to time it well as he was in the penalty area. And there'll be a double substitution by Barcelona. Chumi and Monchu coming on. Chumi for Piqué. There's the odd whistle there, but you're always going to get somebody, aren't you? And Monchu coming on for Sergi Roberto. But a big round of applause for a man who's served well club and country and continues to do so for Barcelona. Monchu then coming on for Sergi Roberto. And gets straight into it. Out it goes to Puig. Ball just cut out. There'll be a throw in to Barcelona. Always a good time to score if you can get one in before half time. And Barcelona have certainly had the clearer opportunities. Dembélé. to Chumi. Chumi taking up the place of Piqué alongside this man Araujo. Chumi to Junior, back inside. These games, of course, very much an audition for players like these two centre-halves, Araujo and Chumi. And it's those two combining in the back. The ball now with Junior. Junior looks for the run from Kike. Kike is on the end of it here. Ducha to face. Oh, and the shot go out for a corner. Took a slight deflection. I'm not sure whether it was going wide, but came off the leg of Uri. So it'll be another corner to Barcelona. Turned inside well. Well, may have been on target, although Esteve was covering it as the ball comes in, and no Piqué, of course, to deal with it in the air. Good performance so far from Esteve Peña. Chumi inside for Monchu. Ball just given away midfield. Oh, some nice moves there from De Vega. Siafa, his first touch was let him down, and Barca gifted the ball back. And it'll go all the way back to Neto. Neto out for Junior. Inside for Chumi. Cartagena pushing up high here. Looking to force an error from Monchu. But good work there from one of several 20-year-olds in this Barcelona team. And there'll be a throw-in to the All Yellows. Well, I say All Yellows, it's kind of Crystal Palace. When did Crystal Palace wear this kit first? I'm thinking 80s. Very much Crystal Palace. As Junior gives away a soft free kick. And again, maybe one of the better opportunities for Cartagena will be from free kicks. Just blocking the exported midfielder, Sandy Jara, and they've played it quickly there. Still a chance to play it in. And again, a bit like these short corners. Don't want to sound like Sam Allardyce, but you've got to throw the ball in when you're playing an opponent who's much stronger than you. You would, yeah, that's what he would say, and I'd have to agree with him at times. Not very often. Maybe just on that one occasion. Into the last 5 minutes, enough rambling on about Fat Sam. It's Cartagena 0, Barcelona 0, and it'll be a throw-in for the Junior. Just pokes it away. This could be interesting. And Anduja wins the ball ahead of Dembele and then plays a nice 1-2. To bring it out. Ooh, skillful play indeed from the centre-half. Siafa now inside. And they've got players forward here. And well, I'm sure, as I heard someone say handball, I'm not sure why. But it'll be a throw-in to the home team. That'll be taken by number 24, Uri. Vertha plays it into the box. Good turn, could be an opportunity, and Araujo somehow forces it away. Well, they've not had a real shot on goal, but this is the closest they've come to opening the scoring. Araujo dealing with Siafa in a very physical fashion there, and no hint of any shenanigans, but certainly got his body where it needed to be. Dembele on the ball now for FCB. Back to Danny Moret. Now inside for Rujo. Level 42 on the scoreboard, and it's still Cartagena 0, Barcelona 0. Junior. To Monchu. As I said, that seriousness we saw at the start of the game is still there, and both teams treating this more like a cup match than a friendly. Kike unable to get Ramdouri. Free kick for the challenge on Santihara. There'll be another substitution just before half time. A bit baffled by this one. Ismail coming on. And he'll come on at left back for Fusil. Well, part of the thinking there, of course, is to give everybody the necessary minutes as the ball cleared by Esteve. Picked up by Alenia. Oh, and overhit that one. So it'll be a throw in to the home team. Junior. Kike taking on Uri, plays it in, it's not been cleared, and Chile is for a throw-in. No, well kept in by Santihara, and that will be a free kick in favour of Cartagena. And I imagine, yes indeed, there is the half-time whistle. It's been a game with a decent pace, a high level of seriousness as well. As I say, more in line with the King's Cup games that we'll be getting in not too distant future. But opportunities mainly for Barcelona. Good performance in goal by Esteve Peña for Cartagena. They've yet to really trouble Neto. We shall be back with you in the second half to see if they can do so. But that's all for now, folks.